Fantastic. Yes, good afternoon, wherever you're following us. Good evening, wherever you're following us. This is Africa 24 political discussion, and we are going to discuss more about politics in this country. You're following us for the next few hours. You're going to discuss what is happening in the world of politics, and of course, don't forget that here we always give you the best analysis when it comes to politics, and also give you the platform to share with other Kenyans. Join us where you're following us: Facebook, you're following us through YouTube of Freak 24. Either you're following us through other YouTube channels, you can join us and also tell us what do you think about the current situation that we have in the country. But the main question is, where is the blogger? Where is blogger Ndiagui Kinyagia? Where is Ndiagui Kinyagia? That is what you're asking here. Where is Ndiagui Kinyagia? Of course, he's a blogger, and we don't know where is Ndiagui Kinyagia. So join us here. Tell us, what do you think? Of course, also the court today. The High Court, of course, today ordered an Inspector General of Police, that is Douglas Kanja, to, of course, give information about Ndiagui Kinyagia, because he just got lost on July 2. That is, he just got lost 10 days ago, and of course, now the main question is, where is he? And of course, the police has been asked to give a satisfactory information and explanation about his disappearance. This is the directive following his whereabouts after he just got lost some days ago. So we are also following up on where is this blogger. Of course, this is a blogger who just disappeared, and of course, politicians are asking, where is Ndiagui Kinyagia? Of course, he's a blogger, and of course, nowadays we are seeing bloggers disappearing anyhowly. And 10 days ago, he just got disappeared. He disappeared. So the court, I was following the conversation. The court issued the notice. Justice Chachamwit, of course, he was the judge today. I was following, and they are requesting for the whereabouts of Kiangui. Also, the Law Society of Kenya has also moved ahead to discuss about who abducted Kiangui. Of course, he was abducted by unknown men at Kino. You know, Kino is in Kangemi on your way. That is Waiyaki Highway on June 21st, and since then he has not been identified. Of course, further, of course, the justice also needs to be served during that abduction, because where is he? And this is coming after a lot of Kenyans are questioning, why do you have abductions? President also saying that we will stop abductions. Opposition also shouting, saying that we should stop abducting our kids. We should protect our kids. But where is the blogger Kinyagia? Where is him? Karibu sana Jeremiah, of course, joined us today here as we can discuss more about what is happening in the world of politics and discuss more about Kenyan situation. Jeremiah, we are asking, where is the blogger Ndiagui Kinyagia, who was abducted at Kino, in Kangemi? That is where he was abducted. Where is him? And of course, he's just disappearing a day after. That is the other day when Ojuang was taken from home, but he died in the hands of police. We're also having a lot of people being abducted. What is the take about this? Where do you think he might be? The government is saying that we are stopping abductions, but yet we are having a lot of abductions. Until the High Court today, they ordered the Inspector General of Police and of course the DCI to give information about where is Kinyagia. Jeremiah, are you there?
Yes, Bon, how are you? How are you? Good to see you.
Umepona?
Niko kwa nyumba leo, niko na time. Nisikie watu wanasema nini. Niko tu wewe na mimi peke yetu, watu wawili.
Sijaona wengine wanaingia, labda watajoin na link hapo.
Oh. Hiyo ni sawa.
Sasa nilikuwa nimekuuliza swali hapo. Kijana amepotea.
Mambo blogger,
Kijana amepotea wakati
this guy, my opinion is alichukuliwa na Subaru. Na his whereabouts watu wa Subaru ndio wanajua. And I think because of the lessons they learned in the Albert Ojwang case, they thought he was a nobody. They would just brush it over, ishe na watu wasahau. I fear that the same fate has befallen this guy, but because the heat of Ojwang has not died down, hawawezi mleta, they can't bring him out. So I can tell you for a fact that hawatamrudisha. Hawatamrudisha. They are better off denying that hawajui mali yuko than producing him. And then wanasema ati anapatikana tio alishikiliwa akapelekwa wapi, alikuwa wapi, video, then all of a sudden CCTV, videos start popping up left, right, showing he was in the hands of the police, and then ianze kuleta moto kama historia Albert. I think that alichukuliwa na Subaru and because of issue ya Ojwang, they would not let him go. Wherever he is, I do not expect that he would be alive. I do not expect he would be alive by now. And I don't think that those people would want to have him appear back again. Hawawezi kubali kitu kama hiyo ifanyike. So it's too bad. I think it's very unfortunate that watu wakiongea these things happen. Hata wewe unaweza ongea hapo kesho tusikie bona patikani because of something you have said. It is very unfortunate what is happening in Kenya now. But I fear the worst for this gentleman. Sioni akirudishwa. Yake I think is one of those cases like that security guy Mwenda Mbijiwe, of siku za uhuru, has never been found. I think that this guy is probably going to go that route. It's unfortunate, but mimi kitu inaniambia ni hivyo tu. Sioni hao watu wakimwachilia whether dead or alive. I don't see. They'll keep denying and denying and denying.
Hasa ukikosa kumwachilia na koti bado pia imetoa amri ya apatiano mali yako.
Koti will tell you to bring what you can only bring what you have. Wakisema they don't have him, they insist they don't have him, watamtoa wapi?
Sasa unajua, sasa akisema they don't have him, itabidi sasa LSK pia na itaanza uchunguzi wao pole pole.
That is fine, all that is optics. The truth of the matter is wakisema Bon, wewe hapo saa hii you don't have 1 million shillings, ama uko nayo?
Sina hata 20.
Nikikwambia bond nipe 1 million, you don't have a million, utatoa wapi? The best you will do is prove to me that you don't have a million, which the government can do. They can prove that mtu sisi hatujui, hao watu walimchukua, tumetafuta. They will even probably cook up some fake license plate of a vehicle that picked him up and say, huyu mtu alichukuliwa na gari gani? Oh, tumepata license plate, gari ilikuwa hii. This is not our vehicle. These officers are not our officers. Sisi hatujui hao watu walimchukua ni kina nani. We are going to investigate. Na story ishe hivyo. I fear that is what's going to happen. The court ikisukuma polisi sana. Police can cook anything they want. They can do anything they want. How do serikali? They can cook up some fake investigation. Now say, yes, we found that this guy was picked up by Subaru number ABCDEFGH. But upon search on the ownership of the vehicle, you gari si yetu ya polisi, hatujui, and the vehicle is registered to so and so, or the license plates were fake. Once they submit that to the court itafanya nini? Court itafanya nini?
Sasa
End of story.
End of story. Lakini sasa pia saa hii watu wanauliza hii information, hata kama watu wanatoa wapi hii information? Wanatoa wapi? Kuna link ya Safaricom, TCI na mapolisi katika hii information. Maana wanajuaje mtu kama huyu ameandika story fulani kuhusu kitu fulani, amepublish kitu fulani? But sana ni mablogger. So akipotea hivi inamaanisha kwamba watu watakuwa na fear, watu wanaogopa kuongea wakati wanakashifu serikali pia.
And that's the idea, strike fear. Because tell me, how did they triangulate na wakapata Ojwang ako Ushago, wakamwendea Ushago? Why didn't they go to Voi? See, they knew he was on Ushago because they used his phone number. Si walitumia. Sasa kwa nini hawatumii phone number ya huyu jamaa sasa hii kujua alitoka akaenda wapi? Where they use the phone number, they use that data when it suits them. When it doesn't suit them, hawatumii. Na utawalazimisha. Walitumia the technology they used to identify, to locate Albert. They can use to locate this guy, but they're not using it to locate this guy. What does that tell you?
Wanatumia
the same technology they use to locate him, they can use to locate this guy, but they're choosing not to use it deliberately. Why? Because there's something. So what I know that this government is eventually either going to succeed or Kenya will go to the dogs, is it will instill fear. Na watu wataogopa, and that's what they want. Although it's a tactic that worked very well for the regimes of Moi. Dictatorial regimes instill fear in the citizens so that people cannot just speak about the government and the dealings and things that are happening. It might be ill-advised for this regime to try to do that because of the times we are in with regards to technology and the advancement in our constitution and the exposure of the population to what's happening everywhere. It's a global village. So that this tactic of scaring people to silence would have worked very well in the 70s, 80s, 60s, Zuko. But in this 21st century, it is not very easy for you to scare people into silence. So they will do it. Maybe people will be scared. Maybe people want to be scared. But I think that's their tactic, to scare people to silence. So that ukiongea about serikali unaenda. Where you go, no one knows. So if they do that a lot, maybe watu wataogopa. That is one possibility. Or the other possibility is the more they do it, the more emboldened people become. And the people are saying we can't live like this. And then people will even become more, people will revolt even more. So it would go either way. We'll see which way it goes, but I can't predict. But one thing I know for sure is that the government is employing that tactic of scaring people into silence.
The government of Kenya Kwanza, of course. Of course, the court today ordered on Thursday that we will have the DCI boss Mohammed Amin appearing in the court to explain the whereabouts of the blogger, where is Kinyagia, who was just arrested, that is being abducted by unknown people around Kino, and now we don't know the whereabouts of it. Now, as Jeremiah is saying, and of course, some of the some of the people, they are saying that it's very hard for him to be back. Uh, it's tough, and I can see Gipsy Gona saying that it's true. Even one of the opposition leaders today said so. So maybe it's hard to produce him, but now, as Jeremiah said, Kenyans will be violent and they will demand more from the government. And this is after Kipchumba Murkomen gave instructions, and also he also said that he did not give the instruction because we also have the internet nowadays. He said that we ordered police to shoot and kill, but the other day he said, "No, I did not say that. I said people, police should protect themselves." Also, the other day he gave a press conference whereby he said that we should behave and fear the police, give police their respect. But also, Oscar Sudi said that police should be respected. So we are going to deal with anyone else who is trying to bend the law. Kipchumba Murkomen, a lot of questions by they have been raised after he was nominated to become the cabinet secretary for interior security. What do you have to say about Kipchumba Murkomen? Because all these are channeled towards the security of the country.
Uh, if you know the story of Kipchumba Murkomen, when he was a political analyst on K24 during Kibaki time, he was a very brilliant young guy, very promising, full of wisdom, and very, very solid in his brain and thinking. But there is something that happens when you migrate from the ordinary mwananchi and join the political class. When you join body politic, especially in Kenya, something changes. You stop being rational, okay? You stop being smart. You stop being sensitive, and then you become almost tone deaf to happenings around you. And that's exactly what has happened to Murkomen over time. If somebody was to show you Murkomen's political analysis during Kibaki time, and they show you the same gentleman now, you'd say they are two different people. They just look like each other. Wanafanana too. But that is what happens when you join body politic, especially in Kenya. And my bottom line with Murkomen is that he's a disappointment. I really loved him when he was an analyst on K24, as a political analyst and pundit and all. He was a very sharp guy. But I think that what I was seeing and what the TV station saw in him is what Ruto saw in him, and that's why Ruto took him under his wings and has kept him close to him up to this point. And it's not just him. Look at a lot of these people. For example, the Nairobi governor now. He was very, very, smart and very promising as a senator, where he was really nominated. I think first time he was nominated. Then, of course, he went back and got elected. Then now when he got in and got elected, now he's governor, he's something different from what we saw when he was, starting up in politics. And there's no shortage of case studies of that transition from being a smart private citizen and then turning into the dumbest political leader or politician in Kenya. Wako wengi sana. And so Mimi Murkomen, it's just a disappointment. I personally, maybe him is happy with his growth. Maybe there's somebody out there who's inspired by Murkomen's growth, but me personally, having observed him that far back, I draw my line at a disappointment, in my view.
He was answering some questions during the proceeding in the Senate.
Senator Nyamu, Mr. Speaker, again, she was raising the same issue about the protests that happened last year and the people who were affected. And I beg your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, to answer that question together with the statement that was already before this House. Mr. Speaker, Senator Cheregei has continuously continued with his song of the minister must resign. Mr. Speaker, I think it's important to say this because I will be coming to this House over and over again. And every time I came to this House since I was appointed a minister, this same senator is only talking about Murkomen must resign. Mr. Speaker, when I was the Minister of Roads and Transport, Cheregei used to argue that I must resign because many people are dying because of road accidents. When I left the ministry, Mr. Speaker, he has gone quiet. Suddenly, there are no road accidents. Mr. Speaker, when I went to the Ministry of Sports, it is the same Senator Cheregei who kept saying I must resign. In fact, in one incident, there is a team that went for a volleyball tournament and they lost. And he said the minister must resign. Mr. Speaker, since I left the sports ministry, he has never been able to talk about performance of the volleyball team or the football team. And he never said that I must resign. When I came to this ministry, Mr. Speaker, he never waited for 2 months. He said the minister must resign. Mr. Speaker, all this resignation is compounded around a theme of the minister is incompetent. Mr. Speaker, Senator Cheregei was my student. I taught him not one subject, not two subjects, more than two subjects. Mr. Speaker, his performance was below average. Mr. Speaker, he has no legitimacy at all, Mr. Speaker, to question my competence or performance.
Honorable
Mr. Speaker,
Honorable CS,
and I will table the results if it is required.
Honorable
Mr. Speaker.
CS, Honorable CS, the academic performance of any senator is not something to be debated here.
I will go further, Mr. Speaker. I will not even talk about it.
Honorable CS, kindly conclude and allow the other witnesses.
Mr. Speaker, since you gave him good time.
We only have 20 minutes to be shared.
I need 2 minutes of right of reply, Mr. Speaker, and I will be done.
Conclude.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, when I was a senator here, the biggest debate I ever had in this chamber was police brutality against the senators who are being arrested so that they don't vote in this House. Mr. Speaker, when I stood in this chamber and told the Speaker he must not sacrifice Kenya, it was because Senator Malala had been arrested, Senator Keleleko had been arrested, Senator Lagata has been arrested, Mr. Speaker, to reduce the numbers of people who are voting to defend people from marginalized areas, including Kilifi County. Mr. Speaker, that time, Senator Cherargei was opposed to any process. He told the Speaker in this chamber, and the Hansard will bear me witness, that we must progress and vote because, Mr. Speaker, he cared less. Mr. Speaker, if performance is anything to go by, anyone else can assess my performance, not Senator Cherargei, Mr. Speaker, in that regard. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this, that and I can say many things, which I don't need to say here, but I want to conclude by saying, Mr. Speaker, this chamber is a very serious house. If I always have to come here for one individual to always be talking about incompetence, he must resign. That is a normal song every day. He doesn't provide evidence, except what he used to do here to ask questions, Mr. Speaker, that are procured from out there. What else does Senator Cherargei feel like he has done in this country? I must say that we must respect each other. We must respect people's offices. We must respect it. And when people question you the way some senators have questioned me here and asked me about my performance, I respect them because it's objective. But not every time you say this and that, Mr. Speaker. He reduces this august house, which I served gladly, Mr. Speaker, to a place of vendetta. Mr. Speaker, I beg to submit and I thank you.
To me, owing to the fact the gentleman behind me ordered my arrest a few months ago. Mr. Speaker, the question is not what Ojwang did. The question is, why did they kill Ojwang? Mr. Speaker, we have told that he was brought to Nairobi because the crime was committed in Nairobi. Is social media Nairobi, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, why was Ojwang grilled at the comfort of the DIG office at Vigilance House rather than Kiambu Road DCI headquarters where they do all these kind of investigations? We were told here by the IG himself he was taken to Vigilance House. Mr. Speaker, who ordered the arrest? Because I think that one has not been put clearly here, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and just to advise the Senator of Garissa, before he lectures again, it took the death of the firstborn of Pharaoh for Pharaoh to let the Israelites go. It has taken the death of Ojwang for us to confide together and say we have to fight this to the end. He's a martyr, Mr. Speaker. And so we must say as a Senate, no one else should die. Mr. Speaker, no one else. And if anybody dies at the hands of the police or anybody else, Mr. Speaker, don't bury them, Mr. Speaker. The family should not bury them. We should be going to every police station, Mr. Speaker, to tell them that you killed this man, we need justice. Even Ojwang should not be buried, Mr. Speaker. He shouldn't be buried until we get justice, Mr. Speaker. My question to CS Murkomen: who is killing us? Who is killing Kenyans? Who is killing the youth? If you do not have that answer, Bona CS, because 4 years ago on the floor of this house, you said, let us not sacrifice Kenya. We are not going to sacrifice Kenya, but we must sacrifice someone who is in line from the DCI, IG, the DIG, even the CS. So propose to us who should step down on this issue. At least justice to be done and also to be seen to be done, Mr. Speaker. And as I rest my case, the officers who arrested Mr. Ojwang, Mr. Speaker, all the way from Homa Bay, it seems they were an okay officer. They were fine. They were giving him the phone, talk to your family, talk to your friend. They even a clip that is online. So it seems those officers were doing their work. We need to find out, after he arrived in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, who did what?
Senator Kisang.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to associate myself fully with the statements done by Senator for Garissa. Honorable Speaker, those of us from North Drift, we have suffered for so long, and I wish the media could have helped us and highlighted the way we are doing this, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have three questions. Question number one to the DCI. How is Chief Inspector Talam a main suspect, as you have alleged, and you have told us Talam was not in the police station during this particular period when Kajwang was brought to Central Police Station? Second, Honorable Speaker, I want to find out from the IG. I don't know if there is harmony in the senior rank of National Police Service from the IG all the way, because I'm suspecting they could have used this opportunity that was a complaint raised by DIG Langat to settle some scores, because we know in the next 1 or 2 years there's going to be succession in the National Police Service. Third, Honorable Speaker, is to CS Mrukomen. You have heard from my colleagues here that cybercrime is not really a very serious crime. There is an opportunity for you to have a policy where those who are suspected to have done cybercrime to be invited to go to police stations instead of being looked for. Because I expected the DCI to have used the same resources they did and went to Homa Bay to look for those who killed Father Lois. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Essie Okenyere.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I wish to say that the issue of Ojwang is a very emotive issue because, Mr. Speaker, we have spoken about every other thing, but no one is speaking about the young lady wife who's been left behind, the young child. Cabinet Secretary C.S. Murkomen, I would wish that out of empathy we commit to assisting the young lady and child who's been left behind. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to find out an explanation on the time difference, because on an ordinary day when I leave Kisii for Nairobi, it's less than 4 hours, I'll be in Nairobi. I would wish to have an explanation from the IG on the time difference between the time Ojwang was picked and his arrival at the Central Police Station. To the DCI, what criteria did you use to conclude that the OCS is the prime suspect? Because even for the members of the public who viewed the body at the city mortuary, the body does not actually appear fresh, meaning there was quite some time. It's either allegedly the officers at the Central Police were under duress to admit a half-dead person, because the time duration by arrival at Central Police and the time...
Yes, those who are the senators, whereby they were discussing about the death of Albert Ojwang. Of course, he was a very vibrant, young, energetic man who was a teacher trying to save the family by providing the basic needs, but he died in the hands of the police. A lot of questions are still being raised, and it's during this time where also a blogger was abducted along Kino. Ndiagui Kinyagia, where is Ndiagui Kinyagia? That is all what we're asking again here in Africa 24. Where are you following us? If you are following us here for the first time, make sure you subscribe, follow us through social media platforms, Africa 24. And also we give you the platform also to share with other Kenyans and also give you views about what is happening, the current situation on the Kenya Kwanza government. Of course, we are having issues being raised by the government, and the government is saying it's their duty to protect the people, but still we're having a lot of abductions. Gipsikona can see you saying that Kimani Ichung'wah is more clever than we think. Someone who removes his entire family from stuff in Kenya to a suburban place in South Africa, a year in advance. That is Gipsikona saying that he is very sharp than we think. Jeremiah Mondi Ruto government is full of business and interest. That is someone in the comment section. It's in that full of interest and business. And also, if you're following us here for the first time, make sure you share your views through what we have given there. Share your views. Tell us what do you think about the current situation in this country, the abductions that are happening in this country, and what do you think is needs to be done, because we are approaching 2027. 2027 is near, and 2027 is where most of Kenyans they are going to be helped so that they can discuss on who they are going to vote. Their vote will determine who is going to be the next leader. Are you a patriotic Kenyan? Are you going to vote in 2027? If you're going to vote, then share your views here on Africa 24 political discussion as we bag more on what is happening. I can also see someone in the comment section is actively following us, and also we are having campaigns. It's like they have already started officially. Campaigns for 2027. They have already started, and we are also following up on what is happening in the world of politics. Now, where is blogger Ndiagui Kinyagia? Of course, that is the question that we are asking here, as we also discuss on where about of this country. Alberto Juan, we have a lot of people being lost anyhowly, and I'm also following a Matiang'i interview whereby he said that he's ready to go and face any court because he thinks that he's very sure that he is not responsible for the bodies who were found at River Yala. That is the former cabinet secretary for interior security, that is Okengo Matiang'i. When he is having the interview right away, he was also following that. But as we focus on 2027, of course, Matiang'i is an aspirant for 2027. As we focus on 2027, the question is, again, 2027 is very close now. 2027 is very near. Who are you rooting for 2027? Share your views here on Africa 24 as we discuss more about what is happening in the world of politics. Today, also, Babawino, he was removed from the office. Because of wearing like the Speaker of the National Assembly, but he said that he has earned this, so anyone else should also work for it. That is the Speaker of the National Assembly today talking on behalf of the other politicians. Who are you backing up for 2027? Who are you backing up for 2027? That is something that we are also discussing here in Africa 24. Who are you backing up in 2027? Because 2027 is very close, and we are also having a lot of issues being raised on who is going to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Share your views. Fred Matiang'i has a lot of red flags. Boniface Kimazi, I know that term, but I am keeping it to my chest. He has a lot of red flags. That is Gipsicon is saying that Fred Matiang'i has a lot of red flags. That he is keeping it on his chest. That is someone in the comment section there. Jim Wajiki today said that Ruto's government fears losing control, and that is why they did not protest in June 25th. We also having President Ruto praising the Shah project while in his tour in his that is Spain. Also today we saw Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa going to Boniface Kariuki home as they demand justice for Boniface Kariuki. That is all more about what is happening in the world of politics. Where are you following us from? Share your views in Africa 24. Then you will be part of this beautiful conversation here live as you discuss more about what is happening in the world of politics.